Jag får säga att svenska har ju varit mitt första kärlek. Ce n'est pas une langue que j'ai la chance de parler chaque jour. Así que tenemos mucho en común, en particular con los argentinos.
So today I talked to Marta from Italy about how she learned 6 languages really fluently. It's really impressive. We go through speaking the different languages, the ones I know as well. She gives a lot of great tips about language learning and her journey through it all. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you want to see more interviews with different polyglots, the languages they speak and how they got to learn them. And remember to subscribe to my channel for more interviews like this in the future. Enjoy. So how many languages do you speak and at what level would you say?
I speak 6 languages, so it's Italian, of course, my first language, Danish, Swedish, English, Spanish, and French, but my French is not that good. I think Spanish is okay, Swedish as well, but I really mix it with Danish a lot these days because being in Copenhagen, I get so exposed to Danish that it's really difficult to switch clearly from the one to the other. I mean, English, you're hearing it, it's okay. I learned English from a Brit.
Okay.
And that's why my core accent is British.
Would you say your Danish is better than your English?
I think right now it is.
How was the experience of learning Danish?
It was tough.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I stayed in Denmark. It's because now that I've worked so hard to master Danish, I don't want to leave it.
Yeah.
I had an advantage, which was I spoke Swedish. So I learned Swedish first, and then I did the switch where I could already understand a lot of written Danish. Spoken Danish was really painful to learn. Jeg var lige kommet til København til en sommerkursus på KU. Så var jeg i bussen med min... jeg havde sådan printet ud, hvor jeg skulle af. Jeg kigger på navnet på stoppestedet. Ser, at den dukker op på skærmen. Og så er der sådan den der stemme i bussen, som udtaler, hvad der kommer frem. Og så det var der, jeg indså, at dansk og svensk ikke lyder det sammen. Overhovedet. Ja, det var sådan et chok.
Yeah. How has Italian helped you learning other Romance languages like Spanish?
Allora, italiano mi ha aiutato con lo spagnolo, che ho imparato molto velocemente, e il francese. Però direi che lo spagnolo è la lingua più vicina all'italiano, per cui passare da uno all'altro è abbastanza semplice. Y no sé si quieres que intente hablar un poquito de español, pero la mayoría de mis amigos italianos, pues los que viven aquí, así que estamos como un grupo internacional, la mayoría habla español también, porque los italianos y pues los latinos son como una comunidad, así que tenemos mucho en común. En particular con los argentinos.
Quiero decir que también hablas un poco argentino y también un poco de España, creo, ¿no?
Pues sí, mi español era muy español como de España, porque es el español que se aprende en las escuelas italianas, es el español de Madrid. Pero como acabo de volver de Argentina, es como una mezcla ahora. Y los amigos que tengo aquí con los que hablo español son argentinos.
Tú dijiste la mayoría, así también, entonces sí.
Sí, es una mezcla ahora.
Sí.
A ver qué va a salir de mi español. No sé cómo va a volver.
Is it easier for you can you understand Portuguese, for instance, or some of the other Romance languages?
Portuguese is... No, it's too far away from Italian and Spanish. I mean, Spanish, yes, it's closer to Spanish than Italian, but my Spanish is not so natural for me that I can just, do the whole leap from Italian to Spanish to Portuguese. It just gets too much.
Yeah. Og hvad synes du i forhold til dansk og svensk? Hvad er forskellene? Hvad for noget er lettere, hvad for noget er flottere?
Jag tycker att svenska är lite finare än danska. Och det är också lättare att lära sig ljud i språket. Jag får säga att svenska har ju varit mitt första kärlek med skandinaviska språk. Alltså svenska är som den första kärlek, men danska är ju det språk som jag har kämpat för att lära. Så det är som mitt äktenskap. Så det är sån jag har med de två språk.
Jeg tror ikke, der er nogen tvivl om, at svensk lyder bedre. Det kan alle høre nu, når jeg taler dansk, og du taler svensk.
Jeg ved ikke, om det er min svensk, der gør det, fordi den er sådan ikke helt ren, men jeg er enig med dig.
Ja.
Sorry. Ja.
Okay, og hvordan kan det være, at du kan lidt fransk også? Hvor kommer det fra? Er det bare interesse, eller?
Det er faktisk fordi, jeg læste i sproglinjen på gymnasiet, så jeg har stadig noget fransk derfra. Jeg prøver at holde det ved lige ved at læse på fransk en gang imellem. J'aime le français parce que c'était une les premières langues que j'ai appris. Mais ce n'est pas une langue que j'ai la chance de parler chaque jour, ainsi que. Et donc c'est la langue que je mélange plus avec l'espagnol ou l'italien, où je crois pas que je puis penser en français. Et donc c'est ça la différence entre mon français et mon espagnol et bon, les autres langues que je parle.
In the future, do you have any other languages you want to learn that you think are cool or anything else?
Yes, but that changes like every month.
Yeah.
I think this is my plan for maybe next year when I'm going to be done with my PhD. I'm a doctor, and I would like to maybe work in Greenland. So I think it would be good to learn some basics. I've been looking at German. I have 2 stepsisters, and they are German. And I hate it when people speak German around me, and I can understand what's going on with my Danish, but I really like to be able to be part of the conversation with them. So I have a couple of languages.
I think the way you learn languages is very much like a practical, like, oh, I might be able to use that. It's not like you think, oh, I just love Korean and I'm going to learn Korean. You don't have it that way.
Well, I did that with Swedish.
Okay.
Because in reality, I started learning Swedish when I was like 17 after a trip to Stockholm, and I thought, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Bought a few books and started and learned a lot of Kent. I don't know if it's an old Swedish band.
Okay.
That was popular at the time. So it could happen like that. But now, where I don't have much time on my hands, I would rather do something where I know I'm going to have also the possibility to speak that language with someone,
Right.
because as soon as you don't have contact with natives, it's going to go away.
You're very impressive the way you speak 6 languages. So if anyone else is wanting to learn a language or trying to, do you have any tips, any advice for learning a language effectively and so that it sticks, I guess?
I think what I did mostly has been try to get a really good foundation with like the real like A1, A2 basics.
Okay.
With grammar and basic vocabulary, and as soon as you have that, you don't risk to bring some major mistakes forward. Just get out there, expose yourself to people talking to you, even though it's very intimidating, and a lot of music and podcasts. Oh my God, I cannot stress that enough. Go into your Spotify and just go crazy. Yeah.
And any podcast recommendations for Danish?
Yes. There's an old one called Kvinden med den tunge kuffert. And what is interesting about that podcast is that one of the presenters, Danish is not his first language, but he's doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So there's hope for everyone.
Right. All right, for another video about me actually testing the Portuguese level of the gringos in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, click the top video right here. And on the bottom, me asking what languages the people in Argentina speak. See you guys.